Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of December 23rd. If we haven't met, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my cult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards life you want. If you have a question you want to ask the cards, you'll find information on how to get a private reading below. And if you want to learn how to read the cards, you'll find information on my beginner's course below. I'll be doing 5 card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Dark Mansion Tarot with Pre-Night, the Light Seers Tarot with Chakra Crystals, and the Tarot de Marseille with Mossy Agate. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. It's totally fine if you're drawn to more than one. And as always, you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, you'll find timestamps below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. Alright, group 1, let's see what we have for you for this week. Obviously, I can't test the pyramid placement, but orientation should give clues. So, let's see. Okay. That's the 4 of Cups, the 8 of Coins. What is this? The 4 of Swords reversed, the 6 of Coins reversed, and in the middle, we have the 3 of Wands reversed. That makes sense, with the Knight of Coins at the bottom of the deck. That's really funny. And I haven't even grokked what the message is, but the Knight of Coins at the bottom of this, it seems fitting. So, yeah, it's a bit, oh wow, it's a lot low actually. So I'll do something more like that. I think the orientation was good. Yeah, that's good enough. All right, I'll see you right now. All right, this is a binary reading, which means it's either saying a thing or it's saying the opposite of a thing. And since this is a collective reading, there are people on both sides of that. The fork in the road for this reading is what this 4 of Cups means for you. Are you being invited to accept the cup that's being offered, or are you being invited to reject it and focus on the cups that are in front of you? My general rule of thumb for readings like this is whichever one you hope I mean, I probably mean the other one. But yeah, no matter which fork in the road is yours, the fact is every fucking card in here is even except for the 3 of Wands in the middle of the reading, which is kind of fitting because it's difficulty crossing the threshold, right? And we have the dual 4, so there's an invitation of either relying on the structure or building the structure. And there might be collaboration with others implied. It might be juggling priorities between something that you said is important to you versus something else that is also important. And again, I don't know if you should take this cup or actively reject it or not. But whichever choice that you choose to do, you're gonna have to be patient with it. I mean, we have the 8 of Coins, the grinding it out card. We have the Knight of Coins, the workhorse of the tarot, the slow and steady plows the field card. So yeah, whatever you're being invited to focus on, whether it is embracing the opportunity that is being offered to you despite the situation not being ideal, but sometimes we got to make do with the situation that we have, you know, or whether it's, you know, saying, no, thank you, my plate is full, I'm going to focus on these 3 cups. There's a definite movement forward, but not a dynamic one. Because again, we have everything is even, but we do have an 8 and 2 4s. So I often say that 8s is 4 plus 4. So having this combination of cards is fitting. And also, I just want to acknowledge there's another, well, what the 4 of Swords reversed is saying is downstream from what the 4 of Cups says, because sometimes the 4 of Swords is an invitation to come out of your shell, which metaphorically would be embracing the cup despite things not being you know, ideal to accept it. But again, with a little help from your friends, even though the road might be bumpy, it's looking like you're still in a good position to go for it. I'm reading these 3 reverse cards more as prolongment, sustainment, especially with these two cards present, co-present in the in the reading, that it's really difficult to interpret it any other way. So no matter what you choose to do, be patient with yourself, and you know, if you really wanted to take that opportunity, but you need to focus on the things, the opportunity might be there later, or there'll be another opportunity there later. And if you choose to embrace the opportunity, despite things being difficult to integrate into the Four Cups, you know, then that is a nice problem to have. There's a saying in the corporate world, if you want something done, give it to the busy guy. So if you're the busy person that needs to juggle yet another ball, you know, there are cool things that come with the problems of being the local champion, so to speak. So if you liked your reading, please give this video a like, and you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, group 2, let's see what we have for you for this week. Yeah, this will be the first real test of pyramid placement. Like that. Interesting. Let me just... How is that? Oh, look at that. Excellent. All right, so I will do that, and I'll see you right now. All right, this is pretty cool. I don't think this means anything, but I just want to get off my chest that group 1 also had this row reversed and everything else upright. But regardless, your reading, this is not a graduation ceremony, but more proverbially starting the internship that you get after having graduated. Because obviously we have the world, the final card in the tarot, so to speak. We have the 10 of Swords, which is a 10. It's a ending of something, setting you up for the next thing, maybe a bit dramatic. Hence, and also it's in reversed along with all these other rows. Hence the starting an internship after graduation, especially with the 7 of Coins here at the bottom of the deck. The man, all this work and what do I have to show for it? Which can be either good or bad, but it's kind of the question. I worded it cynically because, let's be real, most people when they ask that question, they are asking it cynically. But I really meant it in the abstract, open way that the 7 of Coins represents. So putting it all together, I really like the opportunity for growth that is heavily implied in the 7 of Coins, the Ace of Cups, and the Knight of Wands here. The graduated Ace of Wands ready to trek and begin the new cycle here. I'm not particularly reading the halo or Ouroboros in this card of the, this looks like a snake's head and tail, which made me say that. But anyway, I'm not reading this circle as protection. I'm reading it more as the cycle. That is kind of the interpretation of the symbolism that is most relevant here. We have an ace, a graduated ace, these two cards, and the 7 of Coins. The strength card has been silently nodding along. It's pretty obvious what it adds at the bottom of the deck underpinning everything, right? So these are growing pains, which is why I went with, I'm assuming the first internship you get after graduating probably sucks. If you are far in your career and you have had an internship and you didn't kind of like get hired into the place or whatever, or maybe sometimes even if you did, the internship is likely not your favorite part of your career, I'll put it that way. But it's still a necessary part, and there's valuable experience to be gained, even though it might be shaky, hence this entire row being reversed. But again, as long as you remember that, you're strong enough to do this, then it is what can give you the resolve to avoid the domineering side of strength in general. as opposed to the gentle strength that this card is actually about. Hence the gentle lamb here. Like, she's half lion, but she's taking care of a tiny little lamb. I really, really like how this particular card has honored, you know, Pamela Coleman Smith's original illustration. But yeah, I think that as long as you keep in mind that this is the beginning of the new phase, and it's always a new beginning of a new phase. If you're long enough in your career that you've had an internship or whatever, you're probably aware with that. You're always kind of at the starting block, and that's kind of a feature, not a bug. If you like this video, please give this video a like, and you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, group 3. Let's see what we have for you for this week. Pyramid placement is pretty good. I just want to give myself room. This should be pretty decent. Yeah, that'll do. So, do this like that. Oh yeah. The 4 of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. I've been holding the deck the entire time and I never actually turned it over. So I will see you right now. Group 3, the general vibe of this reading is a combination of different things to bring some kind of challenge to a conclusion. The thing that leapt out to me very shortly after I paused the recording was how 5 plus 5 makes 10. And it's a variety of different elements. We have the 5 of Cups plus the 5 of Swords making the 10 of Wands, you know. Obviously, I'm not adding them up literally, but this thing, the the pips that are here, the way that they combined is kind of what's giving me that impression. And the structure and it's kind of like people with different approaches agreeing on how to work together. And unfortunately, the Golden Dawn frame of the 5 of Swords in particular kind of contaminated this reading. I really try to ignore that stuff when I read Marseille because the Golden Dawn was founded centuries after this deck was already in circulation. But yeah, the reason I went into that is because when I realized 5 plus 5 and 10, I first thought, oh, an end to the conflict, which is the flavor of the, post-Golden Dawn 5 of Swords. Whereas in Marseille was more like an oral tradition, or at least that's my understanding. But the tarot history lesson doesn't matter. The thing is, it is people agreeing on how to work together. And I see an experienced and powerful yet awfully relaxed person versus an eager young gun, recently having, attained this level or whatever. Coming up with different approaches, and the fact that the 10 is neither a 5 nor is neither a sword nor a cup is kind of giving me the impression that whatever conclusion, whatever structure that you put in order to bring an end to the challenges in your different ways of approaching a situation is something that no one ever saw coming, except maybe one person who is, because it's the same element as the 10s. You can't ignore that either. But I see actually going on, pushing forward with what I just said, I can see this as potentially being a situation where the young gun teaches the seasoned veteran something and makes them realize something. So if you're the seasoned veteran who's kind of seen it all and is kind of like kicking up your feet on your desk with your head, your hands behind your head, that position, then this might be a week where the new guy comes in with an idea that makes you, take your feet off your desk and lean forward, all of a sudden in game position, like, oh shit, I never thought of it that way. I thought you were kind of nuts, but it turns out that you have something good to say or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna pause just to make sure that that there's nothing left on the table. Give me a sec. Nope, I don't think so. If you've been arguing with peers, I can see this as a week where an unexpected compromise comes out of left field. And if you haven't, then I guess that's good. Well, I flopped that one. If you liked this reading, please give this video a like. And if you don't want to watch me pick up your reading, you can use the timestamps below to jump ahead a couple seconds. I'll see you at the Oracle cards. All right, fun story just before we start the Oracle card portion. I'm sure y'all have noticed. Remember when I said that these were going to be the only 3 palm stones available? Well, funny story that I'm sure you've heard a million times and is also self-evident, so I will spare you. All right, Group A, your card is Discipline. This is I Ching hexagram number 7. And the keywords are exert authority, define, it's time to take the bull by the horns, create a strategy, mobilize forces. This fits in so well with one reading in particular. And for the other two, I will say that sometimes the ways, it's the old we don't rise to the occasion, we fall into our habits. If you have a system that is in place to deal with things, this is a week to rely on that system and to just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Yeah, Group B, your animal spirit is the starfish spirit, open to infinite possibility. This is a really interesting one, actually. Let me think about it for a second. All right, I get it now. It was important for me to remember what I told Groups 1 and 2. Group 3, it's obvious what this adds to your reading. But for everyone else, it's really a question of not losing hope. I think that the fact that it's a starfish, of all the animals to give the text open to infinite possibility, a starfish, I think it's pretty evident that, that the person who created this deck, I forget her name, it's one of my favorite decks, it's unfortunate, is likely familiar with the star card in tarot. But yeah, it's really a question of not giving up hope. I think that is the invitation for you, Group B. Group C, your card is Full Moon in Virgo, take inspired action. Well, I'm not even going to think about this very hard. It's pretty surface, the surface level way of reading this is pretty clear. So I think this is a week to follow your heart, follow your gut, and make sure that that little thing that excites you, try to be on the lookout for that, because those little things that make you go, ooh, those might be really big clues that can help light the way to where you should go. Because yeah, if the full moon is in Virgo, the sun is in Pisces, which is why all of this kind of clicks together, Group D, your card is Riches. This is Saturn in its home sign, one of its home signs of Capricorn. Let me stare at all this symbolism here. Okay, so some of you are going to hate me for saying this, but with Saturn in Cap, given all the readings that I gave, this is really a question of the big why, to keep the vision, the big why. I don't think it's a coincidence that there's a star here on the card, but also to make sure that you're building things to last. Capricorn, like the Capricorn energy, or at least the light side of it, is enduring, durable wealth and success and all that stuff. Not like a crypto rug pull, more like an oil tycoon, that kind of thing. It might not be the best metaphor, I know my audience, but try to map that into something that is sustainable, long-term, but not like, quick and fast. Try to keep that in mind, and that is a good note to end on. If you like this video, please give this video a like. I hope y'all have a great week. Take care, I'll see you soon.